From the West Fargo Sports Arena, West Fargo, North Dakota. Good afternoon, Spuds Country, and welcome to Game 2 of this Saturday's regular season play. This morning, your Moorhead Spuds took on the Bismarck Capitals. They did fall in that game, but held Bismarck to a final score of 2-0. This afternoon's matchup is set to pit your Moorhead Spuds against the West Fargo Stampede. Starting in net for Moorhead is number 33, Addie Andel. On the blue line will be number 18, Kinsey Johnson, and number 6, Ava Dufault. Starting up front, number 8, left and right, number 8, Haley Swenson, and number 14, Abigail Retzer. Centering it up is going to be number 24, Ella Hanukkah. Immediately taken down into the Spuds zone. West Fargo gets the shot on Andel. Spuds get the rebound, take it the other direction. Swenson deep down into West Fargo's zone. She's going to have it knocked away from her before she can get a stick on it. Centering pass from Johnson goes all the way down into the far side corner. Pushed out to center by Hassler from West Fargo. Spuds are going to come away with it. Hanukkah dumps it deep back behind the West Fargo net. Along the near side boards, Guy out through center ice. She'll dump it in on the near side. It'll be picked up down in the corner by Oaks. Oaks out through center, 4-on-2. She's going to bring it all the way down and in. Shot the goal! 15:56 first period. Isabel Oaks puts the Spuds on the board first, 1-0. Puck along the near side wall. Chipped into the Moorhead zone momentarily, cleared out by Strand. Now Steen. All the way down into the corner. She's going to take a trip around behind the net, puts the brakes on, looks to center it up, sends it out to Tibetowski. Shot blocked in traffic. West Fargo comes away with it. Trosen has it knocked off on her stick onto the far boards. Chipped out to center by Guy. Lindberg is there to take it away. She dumps it into the near side corner. Spuds go for the change. Picked up by Tibetowski. Tibetowski up to Hendrickson. Shot. That was going to get covered up by Wilson before anybody could get to the rebound. Face off at Dufault. Or Cutter. I saw the 6. Cutter. And that was Van Dam. Shot by Hendrickson. Gets sticked way up into the air and into the far side corner by Wilson. Back behind the net, Van Dam. Off the near side boards. Turned the other direction by Tibetowski. Taken away by Leanna Williamson from West Fargo. Stolen back by Dufault at center ice. Hendrickson ahead to Tibetowski. She'll have it knocked off her stick by Gentic and cleared back out to center. Spuds will have to reset. Backhand forwarding pass is going to go across the blue line before all the Spuds were out, so they'll be offside. 14:26, 1-0 Moorhead lead. Shirley And Trosen to square off near side. Shirley's going to win the draw. Hockett's going to have the puck. She dumps it in right onto the stick of Trosen, carries it back out to center. Dumped all the way down into the near side corner. Be picked up by Johnson. Now Ness. Held in by Elizabeth Williamson. Knocked around, Shirley clears. Guy inside of her own zone has to go back and retrieve it. She's able to get it ahead to Trosen. Trosen out through center. She tries to center it up. Allmendinger is in her back pocket all the way around behind the net. Allmendinger is going to come away with it and take it out through center. Near side. 3-on-4. She tries to set it up. It's going to be turned over to the near side boards by a number 13. I don't have a 13. Centering pass turned over to the near side, or over to the far side wall by number 13. She's able to clear it out to Huber at center. Stolen away by Swenson. Dumped in behind the net. Spuds go for the change. Swenson and Oakes stay out. Just inside of her own zone, Hendrickson. Ahead to Hanukkah. Hanukkah has it poked off her stick right to Hendrickson, who sends it, takes a shot. Leanna Williamson blocked it into the corner. Around back behind the net and on the near side wall. Oakes is going to send it right back behind again. Hanukkah, far side, puts the brakes on. She's going to fight with Leanna Williamson. Stampede's going to come away with it. Hassler out through center. Poke checked away by Oakes. Oakes is going the other direction. Chips it ahead. It'll be picked up by Gimberline just inside of her own zone. She's going to bring it around behind the net. Look for the outlet. Ahead to Hassler. Hassler gets steered into the wall. Oakes breaks the puck loose. Picked up by Gentic. Gentic dumps it into the near side corner. Oakes goes and picks it up there. Sends it back along the near side boards to Strand. Strand tries to clear it out. It'll be holded momentarily by Gentic. Now Default comes in to help. She drops it back to Oakes. Oakes is able to clear it out to center. Picked up by Guy. Now number 13. Dumped all the way down and in. It'll be Trosen back behind her own net that retrieves it. They're back behind the Moorhead net. She brings it all the way around to the point, takes the shot. But Andel will cover up nicely. Puck turned out to center. It's going to be Strand and Josephson, or Strand and Guy, excuse me. Stampede is going to come away with it on the far side boards. Picked up by Johnson, just inside of her own zone, sent the other direction. Now Guy, now Johnson, now Steen. Steen near side wall. She's going to take it all the way down to the corner, brings it around. She has Lindbergh right out in front. But it's going to get steered all the way down, all onto the far side wall. Up through center, just inside of her own zone, Johnson. Puck gets sent down deep behind the Moorhead net. Johnson tries to clear, picked off by Hassler. Steen is there to poke it away and come out to center with it. Steen backhand pass was intercepted by Hassler. Off the board, Gentic. Gentic takes a shot right into the breadbasket of Andel. 10:09, 1-0 Moorhead lead, first period. Face-off will be glove side of Andel. Spuds are wearing their black travel sweaters with orange and white trim. West Fargo is wearing the white with the blue and gold trim. They're skating left to right. Spuds are skating right to left. Shot goes just over the top of Wilson and into the near side corner. And along the half wall, Allmendinger. Stolen away by the Stampede. Spuds are able to hold it near side. Tibetowski around back the horn, all the way over to Allmendinger. Now Lee. Picked off by, or stolen, poked out by Gimberlin. Chipped out to center by Huber. Spuds retrieve. Allmendinger backhands. Right onto the stick of Huber. Huber near side. She's able to dump it in right onto Hendrickson. Huber and Hendrickson fight for it. Huber comes away with it. Shot on Andel, gets kicked over to the far side wall, where it'll be picked up by Trosen. And Trosen will throw it right into the chest pad of Andel. .908, face-off far side. It's going to be won by Shirley, handled by Dufault, back behind the net. She'll send it along to the near side to Ness. Shirley comes in to help. Near side, she's got Hockett on the far side. She'll send it across into the corner. Hockett. Back behind the net, looks to the wraparound, looks to center up. It'll be poked away by the Stampede. Carried out to center by Leanna Williamson. Poked into the Moorhead zone. Ness is going to go get it down in the near side corner. She'll fight number 13 all the way around behind the net. Spuds look to clear. Dufault has it. Now Oakes. Oakes looks for the outlet. Ahead to Shirley. Shirley loses the handle right at the blue line. Stampede comes away with it. Van Dam tried to clear. It was held in by Oakes. Along the far side wall, Huber. Stolen away by Ness. Poked away by Williamson. Out in front, right in front. Rebound is just sent wide and into the far side corner. Stampede comes away with it. Huber near side. She's going to dump it in. It's going to go right past Handel and be picked up by Dufault on the far side of the net. All the way around to the far side half wall. It'll be Oakes and Trosen. Centering pass. Nobody home. Goes all the way down into the near side corner. Handled there by Elizabeth Williamson. Cleared out all the way into the Stampede zone. It'll be handled by Gimberline back behind her own net. Off the half wall far side. Retzer. Now Trosen picks it up. She'll drop it off for Gentic in the corner. Allmendinger sends it down deep. Hanukkah looks for the wraparound. That'll get kicked away by Wilson. And now the puck is going to be sent the length of the ice. No icing. Guessing it must have came off the Spuds. Allmendinger near side. Almost able to bring it around into the slot, but has a poke checked away just as she gets there. Huber out to center. Now Trosen dumped into the near side corner. Retrieved by Johnson, poked away by number 13. Cleared out to neutral by Johnson. The Hanukkah far side. Controlled by the Stampedes. Cleared out to center, right onto the stick of Cutter. Toss to Oakes. Or Lindbergh, not Cutter. Tossed right back out of the Moorhead, or out of the Stampede zone by Huber. Oakes deep in their own zone, loses an edge. Right next to Van Dam, who couldn't get a stick on it. If she would have, it would have been a breakaway situation. Near side corner, Oakes. And Williamson fight for it. Williamson back behind the net. Centering pass to Hassler is blocked out in front of Andel. Oakes and Williamson near side. Centered up to Hassler, who can't get the shot away. It's going to get turned out to center. Guy pushes it back in. Steen clears it back out. Strand dumps it into the near side corner. Will be picked up by Trosen, or by Gimberline. Gimberline cross ice pass blocked by Cutter. Be taken into the Moorhead zone by Hassler. Johnson back behind the net. Along the half wall near side. Johnson in the corner. Sends it ahead to Tibitowski. Tibitowski and Gentic fight for it right at the blue line. Cutter comes in to help, as does Huber. Cutter comes away with it. Drops it back to Johnson, who tries to clear it out. He'll be held in momentarily and then sent out by Dufault. 4:06 first period. Turned all the way down into the Moorhead and Dufault near side. Over into the far side corner, number 13 tries to center it up, nobody home. Picked up by Tibitowski. She looks to clear, puck sits free. Cleared out to center momentarily and dumped right back in behind the net by Williamson. Cutter up off the wall. Centering pass goes right across the top of the crease, but Andel will cover it up. 3:27 first period, 6-6 shots. 1-0 Moorhead lead. Faceoff comes to the near side. Glove side of Andel. Shirley wins the draw and knocks it in the corner. They're sent around behind the net by Hendrickson. Hendrickson near side. Tries to push it ahead. It's going to be picked up by Trosen. Trosen along the half wall, far side. Centers it up to Hassler. And Andel got it covered up. It was a point-blank shot from Hassler that Andel was able to get covered up, keeping this game at 0. Shirley wins the draw. Ness sent back down into the corner to Huber. Now we got Allmendinger and Hassler fighting for it far side. Shirley steps in to help. Hockett comes down as well. Allmendinger comes away with it. Turn back to the direction. It's going to be Trosen now. She'll get pinched up against the wall by Hockett. Ness pushes her way through, pushes the puck out to center to Shirley. Shirley over to Hockett. Hockett shot. Sticked off to the side by Wilson. Picked up behind the net by Shirley. Trosen steps in as Shirley loses an edge. Now Gimberline and Shirley and Hassler all fight for it along the far side wall. Hendrickson poked away by Hassler. Ness and Hassler fight it all the way down into the Moorhead end. Hendrickson will come in and push it the other direction. Sent down deep into the West Fargo zone. Shirley and Leanna Williamson back behind the Stampede net. Swenson. Dufault. Oakes. Oakes is getting pushed all the way down into her own zone by Elizabeth Williamson. And now Van Dam is going to come in and help. Spud still control, momentarily look to clear. It'll be Guy who takes the shot. Goes just wide into the far side corner. Swenson out at center ice. Swenson and Hockett. Basically 2-on-1. Swenson shot. Big glove save by Wilson. Minute 13 left in this first period. Face off between Hanukkah and Van Dam. Slides out to center on the far side. Default across Oaks. Sent down into the West Fargo zone. Off the boards, Gentic. Oaks holds. Back in behind the net, Retzer. She has Huber in her back pocket. Huber is able to break it loose. Dufault tries to hold. It's going to slide out to center. Spuds will have to reset. Hanukkah. Up to Retzer. Retzer, far side, tries to push it ahead. It'll be sent back out to center. Johnson. Cross ice pass right on to Van Dam. Van Dam took it in, but Johnson was there to pull it away. Hanukkah breaks his zone. Hanukkah Swenson, 2-on-1. She'll have it poke checked away by Gimberline. Shot is going to be kicked away by Wilson. Gimberline, cross ice, picked off by Hanukkah. Dumped in on the far side. Retzer goes after it. Into the slot. Will be picked up by Gentic. This period is going to run out just like that. After one, your Moorhead Spuds are leading the West Fargo Stampede 1-0. Shots on goal are 8 for both sides. They are not going to be doing any ice polishing this time in between these two periods, so we will be back in just a minute. You're watching Spuds Hockey on Krabby Toad Studios TV. Welcome back to the West Fargo Sports Arena, West Fargo, North Dakota. Your Moorhead Spuds are currently doing battle with the West Fargo Stampede in Game 2 of today's regular season play. Lindbergh, Tibetowski, and Steen up front. Allmendinger and Johnson back on the blue line to start the second period. Strand looks to clear. It'll be held in and dumped down into the far side corner of the Moorhead zone before being picked up by Allmendinger behind the net. Allmendinger out to center. Turned the other direction by Gentic. Stampede will run in offside. Face off far side, right in front of the Stampede bench. Just outside of the Moorhead zone, Steen and Trosen. Stampede will control. Dumped in back behind the Moorhead net. Will be retrieved by Allmendinger. Sent along the far side boards, chipped the other way, back down into the corner by Guy. Lindbergh looks to clear. Trosen holds it in. Johnson ahead to Steen. Poke checked off her stick by Huber. Sent all the way down in on Andel. Johnson will go pick up the rebound. Tries to send it ahead to Tibitowski. It'll be knocked away by Guy. Now Johnson. Allmendinger behind the net. Sends it the other direction into the far side corner. Johnson picks it up. Out to center. Gimberline will retrieve. Gimberline off the near side wall is going to go back behind the net. Allmendinger will have to pick it up again. Allmendinger, Huber, Steen. Steen is going to come away with it. Steen around the horn to Lindbergh. Set back down into the corner by Leanna Williamson. Steen gets a stick on it. She's able to send it the other direction. Right down to Tibitowski in the near side corner of the Stampede end. She gets tripped up by Guy. Hendrickson is able to hold the exiting puck. Pushed out to center, will be picked up by Hassler. Hassler's cross ice will be gathered up by Huber. She sends it right back across into the near side corner. Lee cleared out to center. Tibitowski inside the Stampede zone. Stick handles it back behind the net, puts the brakes on, looks to set it up. Right up to Dufault at the point, shot goes just wide. Tibitowski behind the net, tries to center it up to Lee. It's going to get kicked out in traffic. All the way out to center, Spuds will have to reset. Dufault to Hendrickson. Hendrickson into the zone. Sent off the wall and back out to center again. Spuds will have to reset once again. Genta cleared it out. Down into the Moorhead zone, Hendrickson puts a shot right on Wilson that went just a touch wide of the net. So that one will get called back on icing. Face off far side between Shirley and Trosen is going to be controlled by the Stampede. Ness along the near side wall. Fights for it with Gimberline. It'll get pushed back behind the net. Up the far side boards, Hockett. Now Strand ahead to Shirley. Or Lee ahead to Shirley. Shirley Ness, centering pass is sticked away by Wilson. Shirley has it back behind the net, sends it out to Oakes at the point. Oakes dumps it down into the corner to Hockett. Hockett centering pass, shot, the goal. Molly Hockett to Caitlin Shirley, 13:03. 2-0 Moorhead. Face-off at center will be between Hanukkah and Van Dam. And gets sent down into the West Fargo zone. Pushed along the far side wall. Held in by Hanukkah and Johnson momentarily before being sent out, sent across ice and out by Huber. Retzer, near side. Gets steered down into the corner by Gimberline. Puck comes free and gets picked up by 13. Out through center. She's got 2-on-1. She'll get served over all the way over to the far side wall by Dufault. Shot goes just wide around behind the net. Spuds are able to clear. Down into the West Fargo zone. Swenson tries to steer around Gentic, but has a poke checked away. Now Van Dam puts the shot on, and it's left. Second period, 10-10, shots on goal. 2-0 Moorhead lead. Face-off will be near side between Steen and Trosen. He sent up to Leanna Williamson, who puts a shot on Andel that goes wide and into the corner. Shot is blocked in traffic right into the glove of Andel. Face-off far side, Trosen and Steen once again. Steen wins the draw, drops it back to Oakes. Oakes behind the nets, gets cut off by Hassler. Puck squirts free and into the far side corner where Hendrickson will go get it. To Strand. She tries to clear. It'll be sent back down in by Gentic. Hassler comes screaming across. Steen is going to come away with it. Steen out to center, ahead to Strand. Strand near side. Centering pass picked up by Oakes, or by Cutter. She put the shot on Wilson that got kicked over onto the far side boards. Pinched up along the half wall. It'll be Strand and Allmendinger. And Trosen and one other, and then it got cleared out to center. Taken down into the Moorhead end. Pushed right in on Andel. Andel will cover it up. Face-off, Cutter and Van Dam. Stick side of Andel. He's going to be pinned up against the wall. Bounced out to Lee. Lee near side. Has a poke checked away. 13 takes it the other direction for West Fargo. Johnson. Almost chips it out to center. It's going to be held in by Trosen. Now cleared out by Lee. Ahead to Tibitowski. Tibitowski all the way down in on the doorstep of Wilson. Wilson will get the save. Puck will end up down in the corner. Near side boards. Gimberline and Lee. Gimberline behind her own net. Bounces ahead out to center. Off the near side wall, Allmendinger. Allmendinger is going to have to carry it around behind her own net. She's got Van Dam right on her like a hot semi-trailer. Spuds are able to clear. It's going to get dumped all the way down into the Stampede zone. If Wilson would have let that one go by her, it would have been icing. Crossed out through center. It'll be Hassler. Hassler puts a shot on Andel that'll go right into her glove. And she'll keep this one at a goose egg for West Fargo. Shirley and Trosen, Spuds are going to win the draw. Ness near side. Tries to push it ahead to Shirley. It's going to be intercepted by Leanna Williamson and pushed right back into the Moorhead zone. Oakes behind her own net, looks for the outlet. She'll get steered over onto the far side wall, right into the ref, and pinned up there by Trosen. Puck comes free, Shirley. Slides out to center. It's going to be Gentic who gets to it first. She sends it cross ice. Ness will pick it up just inside the Stampede zone and drive it down deep. Shirley along the far side board, shovels it back the other direction. It'll be picked up by Trosen. Trosen will bring it around to the near side. Shot high over the net, off the back wall. Hendrickson will gather it up back there. Hendrickson out to Hockett. Stopped at the West Fargo blue line by Gimberline. Now Trosen. Dumped into the Moorhead defensive zone right to Hendrickson. Dufault to collect it behind the net. Knocked free. Shirley comes away with it. Shirley comes up. She drives around Gimberline. Looks to center it up. Takes a trip around behind the net. Sweats a shot. Save made by Wilson. Shirley ends up with the rebound. Hockett. Off the side of the net. It'll get covered up. But actually, the net's going to come free. It got slid over about 6 inches. So we'll have a face-off on the far side of the West Fargo defensive zone. Hanukkah and Van Dam to match up. Hanukkah's going to win the draw. Spuds are at shot. Return. Shot from Swenson. Just about had her own rebound, but got picked up by Huber at the last second. Better make sure I turn that off for the next time. I'm going to load up third period, and the goal horn is going to go off. Face off back down in the Moorhead end on the far side. Will be won by Trosen. Controlled by Moorhead. Off the far side wall, Dufault. Turn the other direction, back behind the Moorhead net by the Stampede. Centering pass out in front, shot is blocked in traffic. Puck goes onto the far side boards. Hassler, Retzer, Dufault. Squirts free. Centering pass is going to be intercepted by Johnson. She sends it ahead to Retzer. Retzer is able to kick it out to center. Picked up inside of her own zone by Leanna Williamson. It'll get dumped all the way down into the Moorhead end again. Picked up back behind the net by Dufault. Dufault Swenson. Swenson out to center. Poke checked away by Leanna Williamson. Picked up by Johnson. Flipped into the zone. Cleared right back out by the Stampede. The Hassler near side drops it back for Williamson. Williamson cross ice over to Huber. Huber gets challenged by Steen before she gets the shot, or before she gets the pass across. Swenson is able to clear it out. That one's going to go the length of the ice and get called back on icing. Spuds are going to go for the change. 6:08, 2-0 Moorhead lead, 13-13 on shots. Faceoff comes back down into the Moorhead end. Club side of Andel. Steen and Van Dam to square up. Steen is going to win the draw. She comes away with it. She'll take it back behind her own net. Look for the outlets. Drops it off to Oakes. Oakes to Strand. Strand is able to clear it out to center. Huber smacks it right back down into the corner, and the Stampede will end up offside. Face-off just outside far side. It would be Steen and Van Dam. Spuds are going to control. Lindbergh, near side, brings it in, has it poked away by Gimberline. Right to Steen, who puts a shot on Wilson. Strand will have it along the far side wall. She brings it around behind the net, looks for the wraparound. Goes just through the crease and onto the far side wall. Behind the net, Gimberline. Sends it to Huber. Picked up by the Spuds. Strand back behind the net. Strand up to Allmendinger. Allmendinger looks for the shot, takes the shot. Stick save made by Wilson, but got redirected up into the netting behind the net and out of play. Face-off Cutter and Trosen near side. Another shot put on Wilson right away. Was jumped on and covered up. Face-off is controlled by the Stampede. They look to clear right to Johnson on the far side. Johnson brings it down low. Shot right into the glove of Wilson. 4:48 second period. Spuds are now leading 17-13 on shots. Face-off far side, Trosen and Cutter is going to be controlled by the Spuds. Shot from the far side by Johnson. Goes off the side of the net and back behind. Picked up by Leanna Williamson. Far side wall and out to center. It'll be Hassler. Hassler steers around Johnson right into the slot. Backhand goes high up over the net. Centering pass is sent over onto the far side boards. Right out in front, Elizabeth Williamson. She has it knocked free. Puck slides out to center, picked up by Cutter near side. Cutter all the way down and in. She's going to have it chipped off her stick by Van Dam. Van Dam will pick it up back behind the net. Stampede look to clear. 13 near side. Runs into the ref. Puck comes free. Lee is there to send it back into the Stampede zone. It would have gone right on Wilson, but it was knocked down by Gentic and into the corner. Far side, cleared out to center. Shirley shovels it back in. Hockett was still in. Spuds will end up offside. 3:40, second period. 2-0 Moorhead lead. 17-13 on shots in favor of Moorhead. Face-off Van Dam and Shirley, far side, just outside the Stampede defensive end. Is going to be controlled by the Spuds. Oakes tries to send it ahead. It's going to be picked off by Gimberline. She'll take it down and dump it into the near side corner of the Moorhead end. Oakes. Centering pass. Nobody home. Comes all the way over on the near side boards. 13 picks it up. She'll get pinned up against the wall by Dufault. Van Dam comes in to help. Controlled by Dufault. Off the walls by Gimberline, back down into the corner and around all the way to the far side. Now Ness. Then Shirley out to center. Picked up by Williamson. Dumped in behind the Moorhead net. Oakes will go retrieve it there. Oakes out through center. Down the near side boards. She'll have it poke checked away by Gimberline and Trosen. And now 13 takes it the other direction. Shirley is there to steal it away off the boards. Hockett and Trosen fight for it before it gets sent down into the far side corner of the Moorhead end. Ness to Hockett. Ahead to Shirley. Shirley's able to get a stick on it. She's got the break. She takes the shots. Kick save made by Wilson. Will be gathered up on the far side boards by Trosen and sent out to center. Spuds will have to reset. Allmendinger. Over to Johnson. Johnson ahead to Shirley. Shirley near side. She'll get steered all the way down in behind the net. Be picked up by the Stampede and sent along onto the near side wall. Allmendinger and Hassler fight for it. Bounced in behind the net, Gimberline. Pushed out to center. Hockett is there to intercept. Chipped off of Hassler's stick by Allmendinger. Hockett is able to dump it in. Far side boards, Huber. Huber chips it out to center. Picked up just inside of her own zone by Hendrickson. She's going to take it around behind her own net, sends it ahead to Hanukkah. Hanukkah looks to send it ahead. It'll be picked off by Elizabeth Williamson, who dumps it deep into the Moorhead zone in the corner. Retzer behind the Moorhead net. She tries to send it ahead off the wall. Trosten is there to pick it up. Retzer will be right there to pin her up against the boards. It'll be sent up to Williamson at the point, who puts a shot that gets knocked down in traffic. Spuds come away with a rebound. Swenson is able to clear it. Leanna Williamson poked away by Hanukkah. Hanukkah one-on-one going the other direction. Tries to send it across to Retzer. Retzer can't get her stick down. She was fighting with Williamson the whole time. It ended up on the far side wall, and now with Stampede. Trosten dumps it in behind the Moorhead net. Dufault will pick it up there. She gets followed into the corner by Trosten. 5 seconds left to go in the period. Thrown off the wall. Picked up by Gentic. Cleared out by Retzer, and the horn will sound. And that is how the second period is going to end. Your Moorhead Spuds lead this one 2-0. Shots on goal are 18-13 in favor of Moorhead. They didn't do the ice between the last two periods, so they'll do it this time. So we're going to take an extended break, and we'll be back here in just a little while. You're watching Spuds hockey on Crappy Toast Studio TV. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back to the West Fargo Sports Arena, West Fargo, North Dakota. Your Moorhead Spuds are taking on the West Fargo Stampede. This is the third and final period of today's regular season games. Steen and Van Dam to face off to start. Strand and Lindbergh left and right. Hendrickson and Duval back on the blue line. Puck is sent down into the Moorhead zone, handled by Hendrickson, chipped out by Lindbergh. Picked up by Gentic, far side. Set ahead, right onto the stick of Duval. Duval across by Hendrickson. Hendrickson to Lindbergh. Chips it into the West Fargo zone. It will be picked up down in the far side corner by Leanna Williamson. Stampede looked to clear. Steen intercepts, takes a shot from the top of the slot. Will be cleared out to center by the Stampede. Van Dam, far side. Tries to take the shot. It gets blocked by Dufault. Dufault to Lindbergh. Lindbergh is able to clear it out. Gimberline. Number 13 near side. She gets challenged by Johnson. Shot on Gilson, or Vandal is knocked down. Rebound is kicked away. Puck gets sent down into the near side corner. 13 back behind the Moorhead net. Tries for the wraparound. Puck loose in the crease. It gets steered over onto the far side boards by Allmendinger. 13 sends it around back behind the net. Allmendinger has it far side. Allmendinger ahead to Tibitowski. Chipped out. It's going to go the length of the ice and get called back on icing. 15:29. 2-0 Moorhead lead. 18-16 on shots in favor of Moorhead. Faceoff will come back into the Moorhead end. On the club side of Andel. Period still says 2, but we are in the third on the main clock. Down in the corner, Cutter behind the net. She's able to break it loose, sends it off the boards. It's going to be Huber that's there to pick it up. Oakes tries to clear. Gentic to Trosen. Trosen's shot goes just wide and into the far side corner. Cutter behind the net to the near side to Oakes. Oakes steers around Huber. Oakes carries it out to center, chips it ahead to Tibitowski, who bumps it into the Stampede zone. It'll be cleared right back out and down the entire length of the ice by Gentic, so we'll have an icing call on that one. Faceoff comes back down into the Stampede end on the club side of Wilson. Shirley is going to win the draw up to Johnson. Down to Ness in the corner to Hockett. Hockett centering pass. And the goal. So here we go. Centering pass from behind the net. Hockett to Shirley. Results in goal number 3 of the game. At 14:43 here in the third. Elizabeth Williamson around behind the net onto the far side wall, picked up by Gimberline. Sent out to neutral and down into the Moorhead zone, gathered up by Johnson in the corner. She tries to turn around, has it poked off her stick by Guy. Guy takes a shot on Andel. That will get turned away and behind the net. Flipped out through center by Hockett. That one's going to just barely roll by Wilson. About 6 or 8 inches farther to the right, it would have ran into Wilson and we wouldn't have had an icing. So back down into the Moorhead zone we go. Trosen and Hanukkah. Smack behind the net, Oakes on along the far side boards. It's going to go all the way out and all the way down That one gets called back on icing. That was a powerful shot that time. Rung it all the way around from the far side to the near side wall and all the way down past the goal line in the Stampede. Oaks tries it again. Not quite as much power that time. Swenson is going to be there. Flips it up off the wall. Gentic is there to hold it in. Down deep, shot put on Andel. Turned away. Spuds come away with it. Out to center. Retzer dumped into the near side corner. Swenson goes and gets it back behind the net. Centering pass. Ends up right behind the net. Picked up by Hanukkah. And she sent it just wide. It'll slide all the way back down into the Moorhead zone. Oaks ahead to Swenson. Over to Hanukkah. 3-on-2. 3-on-3. Hanukkah drives it in. Has it poked away by Gimberline. Gimberline pushes it back out to center. Poke checked away by Allmendinger. Gimberline is going to chase it all the way down into the corner. Allmendinger is there to pin her up against the board. Puck comes free. Hanukkah has it. Hanukkah to Retzer. Retzer up off the board. She tries to clear it. It'll be held in by 13. Centering pass is turned away by the Spuds. Gimberline, far side, dumps it down behind the Moorhead net. Allmendinger will go pick it up. Off the boards, Huber. She tried to center it up. It's going to be turned away by the Spuds. Hanukkah's going to take it out to center. Hanukkah over to Swenson, poked away by Guy. Swenson off the wall. Slides it down just inside the West Fargo zone. To be cleared right back out. Strand along the near side wall. Fights her way in with Elizabeth Williamson and Guy. Williamson comes away with a shot in the goal. So at 12 minutes to go in the third period, West Fargo has finally found their way onto the board. And breaking that shutout. 3-1 Moorhead, 20-19 on shots. Exactly 12 minutes to go here in the third period. Face-off Steen and Trosen gets sent into the Stampede defensive zone. Picked up in the corner by Gentic. Off the far side wall, Hassler and out to center. Trosen tries to push it ahead. Steen is there to check away. Be up on the far side point with Leanna Williamson. Now Lindbergh. She's able to clear it out to center. It'll float down into the West Fargo end. Spuds will go for the change. Huber dumps it into the far side corner. Oaks goes after it, sends it off the wall to Hendrickson. Huber ends up with it. She tried for the shot that got turned away. Oaks cleared out to center. Lindbergh, far side, pushes it into the West Fargo end. West Fargo almost cleared it out. Puck floats free. Gentic, near side, off the boards. Lindbergh just out at center. Bounces off the top of Tibetowski's helmet. Gentic is able to come away with it. Sends it down deep into the Moorhead zone. 10:43, third period. Cleared out by Dufault. Tibetowski has a poke checked away by Guy. 13 dumps it into the Moorhead zone. That one's going to be called back on icing. She was about 10 feet too far on the wrong side of the center line. So the face-off will head back down into the West Fargo zone on the glove side of the West Fargo goalminder. Dufault to Shirley. Shirley, shot, puck loose, right on the goal line. They get it to her. 10:28, third period. Caitlin Shirley picks up a hat trick. Puts the Spuds back up by 3, 4-1. Ness takes it down and in, puts a shot, or takes a shot that's blocked by Guy. Puck is going to get dumped all the way down deep into the Moorhead end, and that one will get called back on icing. (21-19) on shots in favor of Moorhead. 4-1 in favor of Moorhead on the score. Face-off, club side of Wilson, is going to be won by Hanukkah, controlled by the Stampede. Taken the other way by Hassler. Hassler, top of the slot, has it poked away. Hanukkah comes away with it. Swenson. Swenson, hard and fast, near side, looks for the shot, takes a shot. Save made by Wilson. Puck ends up back behind the net. Allmendinger. Now Swenson. Down into the near side corner. It'll be Gentic and Hanukkah that fight for it. Back behind the net, Huber. Retzer, far side, stick on the ice. Carried out to center by Huber. Huber sends it across. It'll be touched up by Allmendinger. Retzer tries to clear. It'll be held in by Gimmerline. Gimmerline shot. Save made by Andel. Near side Gentic turns it down in behind the net. 13 back behind. On the near side board, Swenson's going to go get it. Poke checked away by Elizabeth Williamson up to Gentic. Gentic's shot from the near side high is going to be covered, or is going to be swallowed up by Andel. 22-21 shots in favor of Moorhead. Face-off comes to the glove side of Andel. Moorhead's going to win the draw. Dufault to control. Dufault to Hendrickson, near side, out to center. Pushes it ahead to Strand. Strand back to Hendrickson. Hendrickson near side, dumps it in behind the net. It'll end up over on the far side wall where it'll be taken by Hassler. Stampede almost cleared. It was held in by Dufault. Back it down into the corner. Huber. Up to Oakes, far side. Picked off by Hassler. Out through center near side. She drives it all the way down. She's going to have it poked away by Oakes into the near side corner. Strand. Huber shot just wide into the far side corner. Dufault. Around to Oakes. Oakes out to center. Chipped in by Guy. That should have been an offside, but there's no call on it. Oakes out to center. Right down the middle. She's going to have it poked off her stick by Williamson, Leanna Williamson. Near side, Elizabeth Williamson. Cleared back out by the Spuds. Tibitowski. Into Leanna Williamson. Held in by Cutter. Turned out by the Stampede, center ice. Dumped in behind the Moorhead net by 13. Johnson tries to send it ahead to Lee. Lee gets pinned up against the wall by Leanna Williamson. Johnson sends it across ice far to the near side to Tibitowski. Tibitowski brings it in, has it poked off her stick by Gentic. It'll go back behind the net where Huber will pick it up. Now Gentic. Gentic and Cutter fight over it. Cutter centering pass. Lee with the skate redirect goes right into Wilson, who will cover it up. We'll be down to 6 minutes, 40 seconds, third period here. Face-off is going to be won by Shirley. It's going to go off the wall and out to center. Dufault will have to pick it up to Hockett. Back to Dufault. Over to Hendrickson near side. Hendrickson sends it cross ice to Hockett. It'll be intercepted by Gimberline. It'll be pushed into the Moorhead zone. Gimberline tries to take the backhand. It's going to get blocked by Hendrickson. Shirley, center ice. Near side, down and in. She puts the brakes on. Centering pass goes all the way across onto the far side. Dufault. Dufault down low. Hockett shot. Wilson save. 6:02 third period. 4-1 Moorhead. 24-21 on shots. Face off a goal to the glove side of Wilson. Between Van Dam and Shirley. Shirley's going to win the draw. Right up to Dufault. Dufault across to Hendrickson onto the boards. Picked up by Elizabeth Williamson, taken out through center. Far side, she takes the backhand shot. It gets blocked by Dufault, ends up behind the net. Hendrickson. Ahead to Hockett. Ahead to Ness. A little too hard, ends up with Guy. Shirley, near side, is able to hold it in. Shirley to Ness. Knocked free. Carried out to center by Van Dam. She'll get pinched up against the wall by Johnson. Oakes will come away with it. Oakes near side. Looks to center it up, sends it across to Ness. Ness almost had the redirect. Puck went just a little bit wide of the net. Oakes near side, down to Ness. Back up to Oakes, down to Hockett. Hockett, Shirley into the slot. Nobody there. It'll be turned over onto the far side by Leanna Williamson. Elizabeth Williamson near side, takes it out through center. She crosses the red line, dumps it into the Moorhead end. West Fargo goes for the change. Picked up along the far side wall, Allmendinger. Allmendinger brings it around to the near side. She's able to bounce it off the wall and out to center. Swenson will end up with it. Swenson to Johnson. Johnson is able to clear it out to center. Swenson near side. Swenson and Gimberline. Swenson drops it back to Hockett. Hockett shot. Rebound loose. Turned back behind the net by Trosen. Trosen carries it out through center, near side. Bounces it off the board. Dufault is going to go get it back behind the Moorhead net. Around to the far side, Retzer out to center. Trosen. Into the Moorhead zone, Dufault will pick it up. She tries to send it to Retzer on the far side. It's going to be intercepted by Hassler and turned right back behind the net. Allmendinger clears it out. West Fargo will have to reset. Gimberline. Skating backwards, sends it ahead to Hassler. Hassler takes it in, shot, blocked by Allmendinger. Puck almost slid out to center. It'll be picked up by Leanna Williamson right as it got to the blue line. Shot put on Andel will get turned away. Down into the West Fargo zone. And Swenson and Leanna Williamson chasing it all the way down. Swenson back behind the net. Williamson pulled it free. Off the boards and off the wall. Sent onto the far side. Leanna Williamson. She's able to clear it out. It'll be Hendrickson who has it. She tries to send it ahead. It'll be blocked by Huber. Huber is able to take it down into the Moorhead zone. Oakes is going to pull it free. Oakes near side pushes it all the way down into the West Fargo zone. Fights with Gimberline, Trosen, and Guy all the way back in behind the net. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Puck sent out to center, all the way down into the Moorhead end. Will be picked up by Hendrickson in the far side faceoff circle. Strand tries to clear. Knocked away by Elizabeth Williamson. Near side corner, Steen. Around to the far side boards. It's going to slide all the way out to center. Gimberline will pick it up at the red line. takes it just inside of her own zone, sends it ahead and into the Moorhead end. Picked up by Steen. Back out to center. Trosen. Cross ice over to Gimberline. Down into the corner. She's going to take the shot. It'll get covered up by Andel. We'll be down to 1:47. Face-off club side of Andel between Cutter and I believe it was Van Dam. Johnson out to Tibitowski at center. Tibitowski steers around one, drops it off for Cutter. Cutter fights her way down in with Leanna Williamson in her pocket, but is able to get the shot onto Wilson, who will cover it up. We'll have 1.5 minutes left. Cutter and Van Dam near side. Cutter wins the draw. Johnson. Johnson down to Tibitowski. Into the corner. She fights with Van Dam and Gentic. Van Dam comes away with it. Lee goes after it behind the net. Cutter sends it around to the near side. Tibitowski centering pass comes up to Dufault. Dufault dumps it into the corner. Back behind the net. Lee. Stampede will come away with it. Going the other direction will be Van Dam. Van Dam has it poked away by Lee. Under 1 minute to go. Lee cross ice. Ends up on the near side boards. It'll get dumped into the near side corner of the Moorhead zone. Dufault back behind her own net. Fights with Trosen. Trosen behind the net. Centering pass. Nobody there. Picked up by 13. Shot. Blocked in traffic. Will end up on the near side wall. Stampede fighting hard. Kimberline ahead to 13. Blocked out by the Spuds. Tibitowski now out to center. She brings it over on the near side boards. Gets pinched up by Guy. 14-13. Kimberline, far side of the corner of her own end. Brings it around behind the net. Sends it up to Elizabeth Williamson. Pass forward is blocked by Ness. Clock has run out. And that is how we're going to wrap this one up today. Your Moorhead Spuds split the series today, or I guess it's not a series because we played Bismarck this morning, but they split the games, taking the win this afternoon by a final of 4-1. Shots on goal were 26-23 in favor of Moorhead. Your Moorhead Spuds will be back in action tomorrow afternoon from Grand Forks when they take on the Grand Forks Aviators at 3:30. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe and notify so that you're updated every time that we go live. And that is going to do it for today. For my camera operator, Mike Hansen, I'm Seth. This has been a production of Krabby Toad Studios. We'll see you tomorrow at 3:30.